Hi there, so I'm back in Austin and the weekend is over and I just wanted to check back in with you and see how everyone's doing. And I wanted to talk about the next step of facing our fears or turning our fears into fierce love. So I posted yesterday with a 3-step process that helps us to identify one specific fear and to, in a way, move through that fear or actually start moving into that fear. So identifying it, feeling it, observing it, and making choices then to reframe it. And so the next step after we pick one fear that we're going to focus on is identify an actionable and measurable step that we can take to actually face this fear, move into it, move through it. And when I say move through, it's not the type of moving through that is a denial or a closing our eyes to it or sweeping it under the rug. It's looking at it face to face and moving through it, moving with it into the growth. And so that's our second step in the process. And then the third step is then to create a mantra. So if anybody comes from a yoga or mindfulness background, you might have some experience in creating mantra. If you have no experience, it's no big deal. It's literally creating a 4 to 6 beat phrase that you can use as an interrupter when you're experiencing those fears and maybe you're going through some negative self-talk and experiencing the kind of stuck and overwhelm in that sense of negativity, that sense of fear. If you give yourself a 4 to 6 word phrase that you can easily remember and also repeat kind of rhythmically, you can actually retrain your brain, reframe that thought, and tap into the more positive power source and create where you actually create the sensations and the experiences that you dream up for yourself, right? So going back to the activity we did last week, we have all of these ideas of what our ideal life would look like, and using a mantra can help us kind of get back into that mindset and build the positivity to be the person that we want to be the highest version of ourselves, and to work through the fears. So 4 to 6 beat mantra is something that you would just say to yourself over and over again as many times as you need to until you're able to get your brain out of the negative space and into the positive space. And it's meant to be something that you can easily remember. That's why it's 4 to 6 words. And I wanted to share one of my examples. So for me, I'm wobbling the camera here. So one of my examples is I have the fear of letting my stress or my anxiety just take over and be in autopilot where I'm functioning from a place of anxiety. And what I can do, one actionable step that I can actually measure and ensure that I am doing daily, is to sit in meditation for 10 minutes. So to do this, I'm going to set a timer, and my intention is to meditate or at least exist in a quiet space and perhaps do some breath work. So for me, the breath work might just be counting my inhale, counting my exhale. I might even add a pranayama from my yoga practice that I've learned. So it's actually where I breathe in and then hum out or do a buzzing sound out. I can't remember the Sanskrit name for it, but you breathe in and then out. And I can actually feel a vibration right up into my head and kind of down into my chest. And even that vibration can help me to settle, to not exist in the space of anxiety. And then the third step here is to then create the mantra. And my mantra is, I am peace, I am quiet. So whenever I start going into that way up in my head, many things kind of flashing through my brain, unable to maintain a focus, and really just being driven by that anxiety, I'm going to tap into the mantra to remember the mantra and repeat it to myself over and over until I feel more grounded and until I feel more quiet. So I would love to see, I also posted a second example on the Facebook post from yesterday. So that example is relating to my fear of losing my partner. So check it out if you'd like another example. And please comment below with your 3-step process. What is your fear? What is your actionable step? And then what is your mantra that you can use? I cannot wait to hear what you guys come up with. And I know this is delicate, this is fragile, it's personal. Sometimes it's hard for us to share, but the purpose of this group is to be a space of sharing, and it is to be a place of feedback and even just practice, right? Some of us have even said that social media is a challenge for us. Putting ourselves out there is really hard. And this is a place where you can do so in safety, where you can do so without judgment. So we are here to support one another, and I am just excited to see what you all come up with. And let's keep facing our fears, because if we can live in fierce love and we can live in a place of authenticity, then we can live a more fulfilling and peaceful life. And that's, I think, what most of us would say is one of our goals in our lives. So comment below, and I will actually put in a comment leading us through the 3-step process again. And if you have any questions at all, please comment below or send me a private message. Okay, take care.